Hey, welcome back all. Mike here. I'm just working more on the city tonight. I have a new idea for more lights I'm going to take and give a try here. Not sure how well it's going to take and work out for me, but I'm going to take and try it out. So I have this other set of lights here that I bought. My idea is I'm going to take and make a Mills plate system here with lights showing through and possibly have a hole on the bottom of each building here so it illuminates the inside of the buildings. So that is what I'm going to be working on tonight. Not sure how well it's going to take a turn or if it's even going to work at all. But it's just a new idea that I took and came up with tonight. So we're going to take and give it a shot here. Which means that this building will be coming apart. We can put our talks over here. I still have a bunch of other Mills plates that need to take and come apart also. This building here, though, has most of my windows. Hey, what's going on, Will? Not much. I just had a new idea here with this other set of lights here that I showed in my recent video that I have running along here. Well, I have another strand of them, and I am going to try putting this other strand of lights underneath the buildings here. So this here will be ran underneath everything here, I'm hoping. And then I will take and build my Mills plates above that. So that way the lights will take and shine through the Mills plates. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, or if it's going to work at all, but I'm going to take and give it a try. I think I'm going to take and steal this one from over here for now until we pull this skyscraper apart. Actually, I think I'm just going to take and try peeling this off of this skyscraper here. Hey, what's up, Seth? Not much. Trying a new lighting system here. I'm not sure how well it's going to work or if it's even going to work at all. But I'm going to attempt this. Right now, I'm trying to pull the plate off this tower here. Of course, the plate isn't, the lights are not going to be able to sit under the plate, so I'm not sure how I'll go about that going over the road. There went half of our skyscraper anyways. All be coming apart here anyway. Just mainly trying to get down to this plate here. Just so I have all of the plates back in place. that. Now the only issue I believe I'm going to have here is putting it underneath these roads. Plus the length that I have here of this. So I would like it to do all of these buildings, so at least 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 plates here. But I'm not sure it's going to quite make it. First, we're going to have to take and pull this up here, which is going to be a little rough because this here is my center seam. But these road plates here are definitely going to have to come up. I'm going to have to find a brick separator here. We'll take and see if this is going to work or not. At least in my mind, I thought it was a good idea, but you know how that goes. At least that came up fairly easy for me there. Hopefully this will do the same. Oh, throwing everything out of proportion. So now that those are up, now we are going to take and lose a light down here, I believe. It's not going to take much though to light a building, I don't think. So I'm going to take and grab a brick here just so I can see if it's going to fit underneath here. Let's see what we have here. A lot of these here are extras. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to do, so I actually build it here. This here is going to be in the center. This here would be the center of the build. Got that one held down there. Well, let's see how long we can actually stretch this. Not too long. Okay. Try just having it on 4 buildings or 5 buildings instead of 7. We'll have it like these 2, the middle building, and then these 2 here. Hopefully. Only problem doing this is I won't be able to take the nose plates off and actually do work on the buildings off the table. All my buildings will have to take and be done on the table itself. I'm hoping this wire's small enough here to take that brick, which it is. Leaves me 4 studs here to build on the side. I'm going to do the same here. Just finding the sun piece here. Holds it all right. Not too terrible. These here are going to be covered by a road plate. I don't think they'll get hot enough to do any damage or anything underneath of there. I think we'll be fine. We will have our middle building here. Like so. We will have our battery box hidden most likely in this third building down here. Possibly get this building lit also. I suppose if I wanted to do that. I might do here. Not sure how wide the angle is there, if you can see how far down I'm building here. This wire does get thicker though towards the end. It's a little bit tougher to hold down here. All right. Now that our lights are down, now I'll be building a shell around these. Not sure if this is going to work or not. We'll take and see. Probably just me disappearing. I have been known to be a ghost there for a minute. Watch Seth's video, learn all about it. Alright, trying to do this neatly, just so I can kind of get an idea here what this is going to look like. Right here below the camera, taking some floors off of this building. That doesn't look too terrible. This will at least give me an idea how well this is going to light up. Of course, this is all going to be back onto a plate. So the center will be hollow there. I take and turn some for a minute here and kind of see how well that building lights up on the inside. past the camera here one more time. Okay, can shut off this other light, hoping I don't lose connection from the camera. Then we have our spotlight over here. We'll also shut out. And of course, all of those lights are going to be hidden eventually. Now I'll probably take and step on a Lego. That don't look too terrible. It does take and give it a nice glow. Like I said, you will not see those lights after everything's built up. I think that lights it up pretty well though, as long as I leave the bilge hollow on the inside. I'll take and turn the other strand on here also that runs along the road. I'll add a little more light. It'll be something along those lines there. That don't look too terrible. That looks all right. What do you guys think? Yes, no, maybe? Crazy idea. Kind of works, kind of don't. Still there, Will? See what you think of the skyscraper there being lit up. Yeah, I've thought of that also. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Will. That way, looks like every floor is lit up. That would just involve more money, though, and more lights is the only problem. It's just a lot more complex. I was just trying to do it so at least the bottom floors were somewhat illuminated. If that makes sense. But I do see what you're saying. But then I'd have to take and leave a space for the lights in each building also, or a gap for lights to go up each floor. But then I was thinking that it was just going to be too bright if I did it that way. Because let me grab one of those push lights again. Because I believe this is too bright here. Let me lift this up again for a minute. Be blocking the camera. Now let me turn this strand of lights off here. I do have these push lights also that I thought of using. And if I did that, I believe it's too much light. Kind of soaks the windows out. I think that there is almost too bright, isn't it? So kind of see what I'm saying there. I believe that there is too much light. And then what you're saying is that there was a floor on each one here. But then inside the build, I'd have to use a lot more parts, plus leave a gap anyways for the light to shine through to go to the next floor. That's the only issue there. Not too sure how I want to do it. Yeah, true. You're saying if I did that with the big lights, right? Speaking of lights, I'm gonna turn the lights back on here. Definitely gets washed out once all the lights are turned back on. There's really nothing I can do I'd have to start over, which I plan on anyways, but right now this is just hollow all the way through. Pretty much just a shell. But I do understand what you're saying. I'm not sure. I don't have many window pieces here to even build a quick little mock-up. Yeah, that would involve so many pieces. But you couldn't block this. It would have to be built over this so that the light just shines through. So I was thinking this idea with each floor just barely lit. I might still go with this idea. I'm not sure yet. A lot of parts that are still on my other builds. I've thought of that, Will, but I don't want to get into soldering stuff and trying to do all that. I've even thought of like Christmas lights, even, which basically is what these are, but you don't plug them into the wall, they run off batteries. I was just trying to do as cheap as I can. I mean, I have ones here, which this is a different strand also. The strand that I have ran here along the fences is a lot of center wire. And then down here, turn the camera here, I gotta jump back in front of it. Then down here, I built this little box that hides the battery pack. And I just turn it on and off right here. That's what turns those off and on. Yeah, I get what you're saying. These here are just already everything's pre-done for you, pre-wired. You don't have to solder anything or mess with anything or hot glue or solder or any of that type of stuff. So that I was just trying to do the cheapest thing that I could do. Yeah, I've soldered stuff before with the little strand, a spool of solder or whatever it is. It's just I don't really want to mix a bunch of different stuff like that in with my Lego. I think I might stick with this idea that I have now and just kind of run with this for a minute and see how it's going to turn out. I'm not sure that this is even going to work or not. Just because where these lights are at in the build. And that's the thing also why I started over not with those push lights. Those push lights were just way too bright. I don't think this is going to work though either, now that I'm doing it. Because you're still going to have to leave the building pretty hollow the way it is now. I was hoping that I could hide all these lights and just leave one small little hole. So maybe your idea is better, Will. Said it was just an idea. I was also thinking running them through my train cars also, lighting up the whole train. So as the train went around, each car in the train was lit up. Alright, now that's coming back out. Not a loss either way. I was going to take and remount that building anyway, so. Just need a few more white bricks here, which are still on these other mills plates. Back to chat here also for a minute. Yeah, that's what I was thinking also, Seth. Yes, I totally get that also, Seth, which I'm going to try that here in a second once I get this bricked in. Just need 1 2x4 here. Okay, can turn these off also. Save on those batteries. Now that that's all in, we can put a mills in here. See where that push light went. Another thing also is I'd like the push light to be in the center of the build, so actually getting to the light to turn it on is another issue. Unless I made it modular. Have to be like this. Which also now I won't be able to use my 4 16x16 plates either. I have to take and build it around them. Well, we can try this, see how it's going to look. It's the only way you're going to learn is build, so. And also, I know this track I've got to pull back up also because it's not centered. Couple more blue here. I believe my blue bends over here. Yeah, but you get to watch me build absolutely nothing, Seth. It'll probably be an epic fail. Go back to this other side again. Oh, I'm out of parts again. That is one thing about having this big table, though. It's walking around it all the time. Definitely get my exercise done, I know that. You get to hear that sound of bricks being rustled around. Let's see. Got enough here now? Probably not. Even though you're not going to see these, I have to use the same colors. Don't ask me why, it's just me. Plus, when I do end up tearing something apart, it's a lot easier separating the colors back into their bins instead of having to take a yellow off here and a red off here and so on. Have to dig back in these bricks one more time here. A couple 2x4. We'll come back over there to chat here in a second. Turned out to be a more complex build than I wanted it to be. That's still perfect there. Now I'll have to take and frame that in, which I think I'm just going to take and use these green tie up here with all the road sets. Hey, hello there, Yeti. Thanks for stopping in. Not sure exactly what I'm doing here tonight. I'm just trying new things here. Hanging out with the boys. This would probably be much easier also if I didn't build it on the actual table. Of course, these aren't going to work. I'm going to have to move all of these plates and all this mills work over. Hoping I can get away with just moving it all one stud over. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. This one over. This is not the ideal space to be building here. It's right in the seam of the table here. Maybe a few more here. I'm going to have to take and tear into one of these other Mills plates here on the floor. I didn't know what I'd be building tonight. That's why I kind of did not have everything planned out. Right here is the start of this plate. metal brick in here though, just for support. I'm gonna have to find some more of that blue here. And I'm taking off these 2x4s off of here. I'll fill these gaps in here also. Guess we can use these 2x4s if we have to. There's another stack of these here. Not sure how well that's coming up on camera there for you. Ooh. Need at least one more here. And of course, now our light's not fitting. Start to get there now. But they're still going to be in the center of the build. I need another 2x8s here, 4x8s. Hopefully sneak 2 more on here. So that light's gonna be just a touch too big here. light's going to be too big. We do still have the string of lights though here. We could try Will's idea. Then I would still have to take and rebuild this. So we can have the battery box in the center. And then our lights running out the building. Grab the building. Of course, there's not floors in it. Then I'd still have to pull this apart and do your floors. And then make the whole piece modular. That way I could get to the power supply to turn it on and off. I just like these lights because they're not as bright as the other ones. I know this is basically the same thing that I did with the push light. But with all the lights turned back off, it's still not as bright and don't wash out. Hey, Haley. Thanks for showing up. It's kind of working with some lighting ideas here. Will's kind of giving me some different ideas here. I had an idea earlier, but didn't really work out the way I thought it would. I did take and install these other lights here along the bottom, going down the road here, which I'm happy how these look. Now I'm just trying to come up with an idea for my buildings. Will suggested that I put floors in each building and then just run my light up through each floor of the building. So I'd have to take this all apart here to do that. But it is an idea. Just not sure how tall I'll be able to take and build it here. So I do like using these 16 by 16s just because it's even, makes everything nice and even. So I'd have to take and run it along the back or something, I'm thinking. Take and turn the lights back on here so I'm not stepping on a bunch of stuff. I think I at least have a general idea now of how I can hide the lighting underneath it. Thanks, Haley. It's just an idea. It's nothing that you and Hoosier do, but it's something. I'm trying. That's all you can do. Just keep building and building until you figure out what you like, what works. Just trying to do the cheapest method here that I can. So if we do it Will's way, this whole building's going to have to come apart either way. But I'm going to take and give it a try, or best try I can here. We're going to set this off to the side for now. I'm going to have to take and make the bottom floor modular somehow, and then run these all the way up through each floor. So first, we're going to have to take and start with a few doors. So on the actual mills here, I think that's going to be fine. If you really don't want that viewable on the first floor, but might have to just be that way. Unless I build this plate up taller, which I could do that also, I guess. We might end up doing that. Means I'll have to take and pull all of this back apart. And again, the only problem with that is then my step up is going to be another brick tall here, which I don't like that. That's too tall of a curb. Never going to see the back of the building. What if we took these out? That box here. Looks like it's going to be too thick. Man, that's super close. If we do it on the side, that's going to be super tall. Not too bad. I still don't want to have to take the mills over this though. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to sit down here for a minute. I'll come back over there to chat. Maybe grab a quick smoke here and kind of think of how I want to do it, I have no idea. Kind of lost now because my first idea didn't work. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. But I like your idea, Will, but that's just going to be so complicated. I'm not sure if I want to do it that way or not. Yeah, it's kind of how I am also, Yeti. It's kind of just a whim, and I just start building what I build and just run with it. Will can tell you that. I'm always taking stuff apart and put stuff together. And this is probably my, I don't know, 10th rebuild within a month. I might not even build anything else tonight. I might just at least get this railroad track up and going, which I know I have to take and move that over some. I might upset a few of you that are still out here, but I do smoke around my Lego. I know it's not good, but it is what it is. It's my Lego, so just kind of hoping also now when I move this track because it's not lined up correctly, but it doesn't enter this box that I have built here. So this is definitely going to have to all get pulled back up. I believe I snapped this side down already. I probably won't be ballasting my track either. I don't have the parts for that. I have seen it done. It does look good, but I have a decent amount of parts, but nothing that crazy where I can ballast my whole train track. I am glad that I noticed this before I press the whole track down on both sides, but it is off even, off center. Should come up 4, I believe, on each side here. I believe that there is where it should all be lined up. Hopefully this is correct. I said this part here though, still having issues with because this is the center point right here. So whenever you build something on it, you kind of got to press both tables together from the bottom because there is a small gap. still not right here. Thinking it's on this side. Will fit a lot better once I have this another outer border here holding everything together. Get this track back together here. Okay, now let's count this side. I believe it should be 8 studs. 12. 10 studs out. I'm going to push this all down here. Probably still out of view of the camera. Back to that middle part again. That all seems to be pretty secure here. Might take a train up here and see if we're going to get it to go around here. I'll come back over to chat here in a second. Sorry, I just kind of get caught up in the build and do what I'm doing and kind of forget that I'm even live. I do have 2 of these city trains, orange and gray one. I do own 2 other trains, but they are parted out. I have the red cargo haul train, also the white high-speed passenger train. So it is on there. Now let's see if we're going to be able to power it up here. We are only running 1 power box on this. We have the green light, so let's take and see if this is going to go around or not. Yep. Might have to go the other way. Better at pushing the other trains around than actually pulling them. They tend to want to come apart. Does seem to be going around all right. They can kind of turn the camera here. We are at full speed there. I did just take and replace these batteries also. It doesn't seem to be going that fast as it normally does. It does kind of look like we might have a car that's not on all the way here. Possibly. That might be causing an issue here. Seems to be on there. At least it does make the full circuit there. All I was kind of wanting to see. But if you do disconnect this, it does go much quicker, the less cars you pull. I might have to take and install a second battery box. I'm also wondering, I might have actually left the train on by accident if I just replaced these batteries. It's actually wanting to come to a stall now. Okay, I can turn this back off for now. My other idea here, I was talking about earlier, if you're still out there, Will, was taking and installing this string light here, installing this into one of the trains, and then running the cord through to each train car on the inside. That way each window down here and each car lit up. So I thought that might be an idea. Not sure how well these lids pop off of here. Not too terrible. Of course, I'd take and modify it so the cord went through the center. This here is just going to be for quick demonstration here, plus just to see how it would look. Just another idea. Some say get your best ideas at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, whatever time it's good to be out here. Like I said, of course, that would be tucked in between the trains, but just to see how it's going to look here, just going to run them above it for now. I'm not sure if that's going to even be big enough for that fit on there. We might be able to modify that a little bit. It's going to look a little silly, but just get the idea. Of course, I'd have to modify this a little bit more, but just so we can kind of see here what it's going to look like. Brick. Should hold that one just enough, just for now, to get the general idea here. Let's see if we can tuck this one all the way down in here. And hopefully we don't lose any of these tops going around here. This one here is a bit taller just because that's where the battery box is. So I'd have to take and modify it a little bit. See if we can get that to sink back up there. Take and turn some more of these lights back out. Go past the camera here and turn this other light out here. That's kind of the idea that I had there, to light the inside of the train up. We'll be going by here in a second. Still don't get why this is going so slow. Said I just replaced those batteries. Now it's at a dead stop again. hope that kind of gives you guys the idea. Something different. I haven't seen that done yet before. Said I could make it look a lot neater than what it is, but kind of light up the train car there. Thought it was kind of a neat idea. See if it'll get back around that last corner here again. Come back to chat here. So that was just an idea. Said I apologize. I wish that train was going faster. Said it must have got left on or something. So it drained all my batteries again. I thought it was supposed to have an automatic shut off in it if you left it turned on. I'll turn some more lights back on here. I'll pull this up and shut this off also while we're thinking about it. I think all it would take is maybe a half brick taller on each car here. It would hide the battery box. This would fit down flush again. You could take and modify the door here so the wire went through on the bottom here instead of through the top. And I'd have lights on the inside of my train. Just another idea that I have. Come back over here and see what's going on with shit. I'm not sure what you guys thought of that, if you like the lights in the train or not. What they are, Haley, I can take and I'll pull them back out if you're still here with me. There's just these strand lights that I took and picked up from Five Below. They're just these little LED lights. They had a couple of different types. I believe this one here runs on, I want to say 4 AA batteries, 3 AA's. I'm not sure if the other battery box there, it either runs on 2 or 4. But these here are a lot thicker than the other ones that I have down there along the road. I'll bring them over here to the camera here and throw these back together here. I know I at least have something built here. I don't want to start taking my train apart too much as tonight. Plus, I really don't want to have to run like a bunch of USB ports and a bunch of plugins and outlets. So all it is these little, I think they're called fairy lights. And they run on this battery pack here. It all comes assembled. You have to take and buy batteries for them. I think I paid, I want to say they were each $5, being that Five Below. They might have been $2 or $3 a light. I'm not sure because I did take and buy a few other things while I was there, not related to Lego. But then all you do is there's this little power button here, turns on and off, comes in this big spool, and then you just take and on twist everything here, It's almost like a miniature Christmas light, if that makes sense. And it just turns on and you run your strand however far or wide you want. So it's almost like a mini Christmas light. Little LED lights. I haven't had any issues yet. I am kind of worried about how much I bend them and twist them. But so far, I haven't had any problems or issues. And as you can see, this wire here is just a little bit thicker than what I have running under here. Because I have a set running across like this that lights up. Then I just took and built a battery box in over here. So I can kind of give you a view of that. Gotta take and turn the camera here a little bit. Hopefully I'm not in the way here. But I took and battery box to this one I built up so it fits right in this area here. I'm not sure. I'll turn this into a building, mock building or something. I just have it hidden underneath here. This one actually runs on 2 AA. Believe. Yep, this one's just 2 AA. So the wire's a lot skinnier, plus the battery box here is a lot skinnier also. And these are the white ones. I'm not sure exactly what they were called. You'd be able to tell by the box though. This one here just fits snug in between 4 bricks here. So I just kind of have it hidden up under here, that way you're not seeing it. Just like so, and I can turn this into a little mountain or hill or what have you. I even have my dinosaur on there at one point, just kind of standing there, just to kind of hide it. All these other little dinos or whatever, making a little park for when the train goes by or what have you. But that fits in there really nicely. I like how this fit in here. And you just turn it on and off right there, and lights up all the way down. And these actually snap down pretty easy too, because the wire is so thin that it'll actually, if you put it in the groove of it'll actually, you can snap a brick on top of it. So each one of these trees here, there's 2 4x4 plates that snap down, and it's holding the wire down, and then the light's separate, and then it goes 1/2 inch or 1 inch to the next light, which is also different. These lights here, they have 2 lights on each strand. These here are just 1 single light, which made it a lot easier. And these here, not sure how light, but these here have 2 lights on each one. If you can kind of see what I'm saying there. This strand here, there's only one light, so all you have is just that much to work with. So it's a lot easier. I just bought different kinds. I thought that these ones were going to twinkle, because I think they called them twinkling fairy lights, but they don't twinkle at all. They just stay on. There's no button. It's just on or off. There's no in between to make them twinkle or anything like that. But I believe they are called fairy lights. Thanks, Yeti. Like I said, it's still a work in progress. Done tonight. I was watching Brick Hive though. I'm not sure if you were in that stream or not, Yeti. but I seen that they were looking up that red Incredible Hawk, and I just happened to get him in one of my hauls, so I got the green one and the red one. But I believe this red one now is pushing about $50, which I didn't even pay that much for the haul, so I'm pretty excited about that. I probably will never sell them. I'll just keep them unless somebody offered me a real good trade and it was in person. But I did find a bunch of stuff like that. Right here is the old green dinosaur. I also took and got him in a haul or whatever, a flea market haul, along with a couple of these other older dinosaurs. Got that pterodactyl, and then you also have I'm not good with dinosaur names. Brontosaurus, I think. Brontosaurus. But you have that one also. It's what I kind of like doing, hauls. Yeah, you get a bunch of dirty stuff, but then again, you find stuff like this red hawk and this green old green dinosaur. I also found a couple of the old moon plates in a haul, which I'm not sure where those are at right this second. Those are old road plates there. I do have them. I'm not sure exactly where they're at right offhand. But I have 3 of those old moon plate base plates also that I couldn't found in a haul. It was kind of nice. But I'm not going to get much work done tonight. I might end up calling it a night here shortly. I wanted to run those lights underneath this, but unfortunately that didn't work the way I thought it was going to. But I was going to take and remodel this building anyways. So I probably won't even leave this like this. I'll probably end up taking this apart also. But I do like the way I have this road now. This road is not connected to anything. It's just laid flat on the table. But then I can pull my mills plate out with the buildings on them. And then they'll just snap right back into place wherever I want them. I do not have any modulars or anything, so everything I build is freehand. So that's why you always see this white building, just because I have the most white blocks. These here were those old nose plates. I believe I was working on these when I was on the Hoosier stream one night. And I said that I was doing up my 12 Mills road plates, which I've done taking these back apart now. I think I've only got 2 or 3 together still. But this here was the old road system. And this one did not have the lines. That way my 8 wide stud cars would fit. And then I had this going all the way along. But I wanted to kind of do a separate road. That way I had roads behind my buildings also, just to add a little more depth. If that makes sense. So it is what it is. It's always work in progress. So I might just stick with this push light. I'm not sure. I just leave my builds hollow. I might try Will's idea and then add floors in each level with those strand lights. So it's a possibility. I might still do that. I know I didn't really get much accomplished tonight, but it's a start. Made one heck of a mess, I know that. turn it here again so you kind of see it. Got to take and get those other speed champs together also. I think I still have like 15 or 20 speed champs that I need to get together. But appreciate you guys all stopping in. I think I'm going to tonight. Getting to be what? 4 now? 4:30? It's almost 4:30 a.m. here, so I think I'm going to take and wrap it up here, guys, and appreciate you guys all stopping by. And as always, happy building. And if you like what you see, might be streaming again tomorrow. And it's kind of sporadic. I just kind of get on when I'm at a whim. So as always, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.